So we are still here on the floor of the 2023 HardRock Summit, and we're over in the exhibit area. And I am so happy that I've run into Violetta Wolf, who is the new director over at the Alfie Norville Museum. Violetta, it's so great to see you.
Wonderful.
So wonderful to meet you.
Been a big fan of your show for a long time, so this is definitely one of those star-studded moments for me.
For me too. I mean, I think you're fabulous. Tell us a little bit about your background, and then I want to talk about the exhibit that you put in here.
Of course. So I've been lucky enough to spend my whole career in museums.
Super.
And I got my start at the Harvard Mineralogical Museum, which that's a place where you definitely find yourself just falling in love with everything minerals, geology, and kind of everything they can teach us and how exciting that world is.
Well, I feel like we're part of family because we know Raquel Alonso Perez is over there, and you started, you were with her.
Yes, she and I spent our very first project together was digitizing an ore database that was typewritten steno paper that had been in, I think it was 30 binders worth of that data. So quickly, right away, you know if you're a museum person or not, because if that kind of project makes you happy, you're in the right place.
So you obviously were?
Yes.
So now, when did you come into the Alfie Norville?
I just started on May 1st, so very recently. Yes.
That is super.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to revisiting again when we're in Tucson next year. In the meantime, you've brought some pieces from the collection here. Let's take a look at the collection while Violetta tells us about the pieces. All right, so Violetta, tell us about minerals with bling.
Great. So we wanted to have a little fun with the theme. So my wonderful exhibits manager, Elizabeth Gass, came up with the idea that we wanted to show off our minerals that had their own bling. So we picked pieces that had specific and interesting accessory minerals.
Super.
So my favorite is this pyrite with its accessory garnet. And if you look really closely, you can even see a garnet that has grown in the little corner.
Yeah, I see it right there.
Right, just absolutely phenomenal. So that was kind of how we wanted to play with the theme and do something a little different. And we get to show off some fabulous examples from the Ann and Ed David collection. Ed was a longtime mineral collector, and very, very generously donated his collection to the museum after his untimely passing. So we're very excited to get to show off this just stunning collection that added so much depth and breadth to our existing collection.
And how many pieces were there in the collection that you received?
The Ann and Ed David collection, I believe, is a few thousand.
Wow.
I would have to double check.
That's huge.
It's substantial.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, and
Super.
we have a huge array on display as well.
And they were Tucson or Arizona based at the very least?
Yes, and Ed actually served on our board for quite a long time.
Terrific.
So
well, I couldn't think of a better place.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of a better place for them to end up. All right, tell us about some of these other pieces here.
Yeah, so the other one that is really a stunner is the barite and calcite from the Mickle Mine in Nevada. There's actually a few other examples that I've seen somewhere else on the floor. This one is just absolutely huge. And funny enough, the way that Ed and our former curators like to display it was the other way around. So you only saw the large yellow crystals, you didn't see the accessory growth.
Got
so
you.
this is kind of a different point of view and a different way of looking at this specimen.
Oh, that's fun.
And
I love that there's no visible damage that I can see right now on any of the barites there.
Yeah,
superb.
A stunner, really. And then I like to think that we got to feature bonitoite because I myself am originally Californian.
As am I. It's the California State Gemstone. My father, in the early days with Peter Bancroft, they spent countless times up at the mine digging these and hauling them out in backpacks. So, yeah, I always have a very strong place in my heart for bonitoite.
Yeah, so I think that was a very nice gesture of my staff to say, we'll give you a nice big California mineral for the middle.
Right in the middle. Super.
And then the fluorite with pyrite from Morocco. The first time I saw it, we were trying to figure out what's going on. Is there something underneath that feeling when you're unwrapping the mineral for the first time to really get a good look at it? To us, it was just, well, is there something growing on it? One of our staff even said, is that a little bit of mold as we were unwrapping it? So this really beautiful green fluorite with the pyrite finish, it's just really unusual and just looks spectacular. And we kind of said it reminded us of, a chrome finish or something like that. So it fit right in with the bling theme.
Well, no, we got to say it looks fabulous.
Exactly. Yeah, and then of course we have to, make sure we're representing our absolute, best from Arizona. So we
Right.
have a really nice historic Bisbee piece from the Czar shaft. And again, the shiny quality and the texture of the malachite is really unusual. So we really enjoy this is a stunner.
Super.
And then to round it out, we have a beautiful quartz with chlorite from India. Again, the clarity of the crystals is superb and a really nice, large, very little damage, intact showpiece.
I love it. And we missed one over here. We don't want to leave anybody out.
Yes, and this is another really exciting one. This kind of, I think, sparked our idea of the bling.
Okay.
Right? So a single beautiful amethyst with its own calcite kind of boa or feature, just a really unusual formation and very aesthetically pulls you right in.
Super. I love it. Well, that is Minerals with a Bling from the Alfie Norville Gem and Mineral Museum in Tucson, Arizona. Looking forward to revisiting it when we are there in January, February for the Tucson show. And Violetta, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you in Tucson.
Great. Yeah, see you there.
All right, cheers.